Okay, so today we're going to go through three stocks that I sold in July 2021. And let's see, two of these I sold complete positions. One of these I sold about half the position. So let's get started. And I just want to clear up that I am still bullish on these companies. Okay, so I still believe in the long term for these companies. All three of them are fantastic companies, great business models, great balance sheet. The problem is the valuation and the current state of the stock market. So those are the two reasons why I sold out of these positions. Because for one, if we look at the S&P over the last couple of years, we could see that the past year and a half, pretty much ever since the last March of 2021 or March of 2020 since to now, the stock market has been insane. It's been up, I think, over 50% or maybe 60% since then. So the market's been on this huge run. And if we look at some pictures here, we can see that forward PE ratios for large cap stocks are trading at an average of 21 for a forward price to earnings. And as you can see since in the last 15 years, this is dramatically higher than where it normally trades. It normally trades in this 15, 16, 17 price range, and now we're at a 21. So that has to come down. Now, mid cap and small cap are looking a lot healthier, especially small cap has definitely been falling a lot lately. So I'm not that worried about small cap, but with how high these large cap companies are trading at valuation wise, along with how unstable and unpredictable the economy is and the world is right now with COVID and with inflation and things of that nature, it's very hard to tell where things are going because we've seen with all the money being printed, it's hard to say how much of this is going to be permanent inflation, how much is going to be just temporary, as well as how much is this going to affect businesses' profit margins and supply chain issues and things of that nature. So very hard to tell where we're at right now. So we don't know how, are these prices going to stay elevated or will they come down? And I think we do know that for these large cap companies, these prices will have to come down. These, the Apple, Amazon, Google, Facebook, all those giant companies, they're going to have to fall a little bit. And especially if we look at companies like, just real quick, we'll look up Google. We can see that over the past year, it's up. Let's see, it is up 78%, which is crazy. So if we get into, we'll get into this list. So the first one I sold was Shopify, okay? And this is just because I got in at about $1,000 a share, 1,089, and I had I think I had 3 shares or 3.5 shares. So I sold 2 shares at, let's see if we go down here, we can see that I sold. This is last week. I sold one at 15 or 1.5 shares at $1,500, and then another share a little over $1,500. So pretty much it's been trading at this $1,500 range. And Shopify is another one. It's up over 4,500% over the last 5 years. And if we look at a company like this, although I think they are a fantastic company, and we can see that actually they just reported earnings of $2.24 per share compared to estimates of 96 cents per share. So this company is doing fantastic. It's just, see, we can look at the growth here. Growth has just been astronomical lately. Problem is the valuation, and it's just, there's so much priced in, okay, that it's like the company, I mean, it's going to take at least another year or two before this valuation makes more sense. And so if we look at the forward PE, we can see it trades at a 416 forward PE ratio, which is incredibly high. And so I'm still keeping one share just to like keep an eye on it and just see where it goes. And if it were to fall back to $1,000 or below $1,000, then I would probably buy into the company again. But that's stock number one. Number two is one that I held for a while, and this is another great company that I believe in. Okay, this is a company that works with 5G wireless technology, and they make money off of their licenses and their patents, their technology with patents. So that's Qualcomm, and Qualcomm is a great company, should continue to grow. I just bought in at not the best time. My price, I bought in at about $142 or $145 a share, and I think what I was just thinking, see, I bought right at the beginning of the year when it dropped down here to 145 or so, I bought in. So I had to wait this entire time and I just sold out a couple of weeks ago for barely pretty much break even just because I got sick of holding this company. And this is another one that is a large cap stock. And other reason I'm selling is because I want to make sure I have enough money saved up on the sidelines so that when we have our little correction or when we have our big cap companies go down and maybe some of the small cap companies go up, when the money, there's a transition to where the money people are investing their money, I want to have money ready to invest in some of these other companies. So Qualcomm, they're a great company. It's just it's I got tired of holding it, and I got my money back for break even. So that's just another one that I felt was reasonable to sell for where it was at. If we look at this past year, we can see this company was trading at around $90 a share, and then it pretty much doubled in the matter of a couple months, in 6 months or so. So that was a little bit too big of a run up. And then when it came back down, it came to 145. That I bought that too early. I shouldn't have bought that until it dropped, until there was like a 30% drop. So if I would have bought that in the $130 range, that would have made more sense. But that's stock number two. Stock number three is another fantastic company. It's just similar problem. The stock was not moving much. And I think I sold out this one. I sold for like a 5 or 10% profit, so a little bit better because I lowered my cost basis down to about 220 or something, I want to say. But Salesforce, they are a fantastic company, number one in their industry for customer relationship management, and they do a lot of cloud-based software stuff. So great company here. It's just another big cap company that I felt like I want to get out of because it wasn't moving a lot, and I want to have money ready for when we have our correction. So those are the three stocks that I sold this month: Shopify, Qualcomm, and Salesforce. All great companies, just kind of not the best time to be in large market cap companies. And so that's the only thing you got to keep an eye out for. But these are all great companies if you're holding for the long term.